Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning to one and all. We are on the verge of the completion of the poem Somebody's Mother. 3 stanzas in my first lecture, 3 stanzas in my next lecture, and today we shall have the last 2 stanzas and I shall revise the complete poem once again. She is somebody's mother, boys, you know, for all she is aged and poor and slow, and someone sometime may lend a hand to help my mother, you understand. If ever she is old and poor and grey, and her own dear boy so far away. Somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home at night, and the prayer she said was, God be kind to that noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. If you check out, every line has a rhyming word in these 2 stanzas. The first 2 lines has your textbook page number 38. Textbook page number 38, the first 2 lines, no, slow, hand, understand, grey, away, head, said, boy, joy. The rhyming words are there, so you got to remember the rhyme scheme also along with that, and the rhyme word also. So let's continue with the explanation. She is somebody's mother, boys, you know. Now the boy who had helped the old lady is speaking or talking with the other friends of his and telling them that she is somebody's mother. Obviously any lady is somebody's mother also, and maybe her son, her grandson, her children may not be near her. And for all she is aged, poor and slow. Her age is a barrier, the weather is a barrier, the poorness is a barrier. Slow because she is weak, she is feeble, she is timid, she is scared, she is afraid. All these conditions apply for this old lady, and she is somebody's mother. Remember that. And someone sometime may lend a hand to help my mother, you understand. Now the boy is telling, first he explained to the other friends of his that what he had done towards the goodwill of the lady. Now what he is thinking of his own mother, when he himself is not around to help his own mother, so he prays to God that when I am not around to help my own mother, let's hope that someone, some gentle person, some pride, some joy of person may help my mother when I am not near her. In that way. To help my mother, you understand. That means he is speaking of his own mother when he may not be around her to help her or give her a hand, a helping hand. So someone will help her at that particular moment. It's always a give and take procedure. What you do will come back to you, remember that. If ever she is old and poor and grey, now she is explaining that if whenever my mother becomes old, becomes poor, becomes grey, or there is no helping hand at that particular moment when I am not near her to help my own mother. So obviously someone, sometime will help my mother because I have done a good deed, so the good deed will come back to me sometime or the other in my life. And her own dear boy so far away. Own dear boy means he is talking about, the poet is talking about himself in that way. Somebody's mother bowed low her head. That means that night, obviously everyone prays at night before going to bed, I hope. So same way, the old lady, when she went to bed, she prayed before going to bed. What was her prayer? Somebody's mother bowed low her head, and that somebody's mother was that old lady who was taken across on the road by that small boy, young boy. In her home that night, and prayer she said, that night when she prayed to God, what did she ask God for? Was God be God be kind to that noble boy. That means she is praying to God to be kind to that boy, to that noble boy, who is somebody's son. That means obviously, like the boy said, that she is somebody's mother, and I helped that somebody's mother. In turn, that when I am not around, someone will help my mother when I am not near my own mother. So same way, the old lady is praying to God and telling God that somebody's son, be kind to the boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. That means obviously the boy was talking about the old lady to the friend, to his own friends. In the same way, here the old lady is praying to God in return that the boy is somebody's son, somebody's pride, somebody's respect, somebody's honor, somebody's joy, somebody's heart, somebody's soul, somebody's goodwill. So all these things is what you do will come back to you. What you help will come in return to you. If you do good, you will get good. If you do evil, you will get evil. So it's always a give and take process. Somebody's mother and somebody's son were helping, did pray to God, and that's how the good deeds do come back to you, even if you have omens behind you, evil in that way. So in that case, it can be. We'll just revise over the complete poem, just a fast revision, so that you understand the poem once again. Somebody's mother. The woman was old and ragged and grey, and bent with the chill of winter's day. The street was white with the recent snow. The women's feet with age were slow. Here an old lady is standing at a crossing. Ragged means all torn and dirty clothes. Old lady, grey color, hair black and white. Winter's day, chill, snow on the road, street in that case. At the crowded crossing she waited long, jostled aside by the careless throng of human beings who passed her by, unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. That means she was standing at a junction. The people were thronging out there, passing out there, and they were pushing her past, but no one helping her, with her eager eyes, anxious eyes, looking at every person crossing. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came happy boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow pile white and deep. Past the women so grey and old, hastened the children on their way. Now the students have been let out, the children have been let out, school has been let out. Obviously, when you come to school, you are not so happy, you are not so satisfied, you are grumbling, you are grumping within yourself, your emotions are racked up. But when it is holiday time, when you are let out of school, it is the most joyous time, most gladful time, most gratitude time, most merryful time, and all the children are running about and running on the street and enjoying themselves and moving towards their home. None offered a helping hand, so weak and timid, afraid to stir, lest the carriage or the horse's feet should trample her down in the slippery street. Yet the lady was standing there. She was scared, she was frightened, she was timid, she was weak, she was feeble. She was scared that the wheels of the carriage will crush her down, or the horse's feet will trample her, stampede her, and she on the slippery street. At last came out of the merry troop the gayest boy of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low, I'll help you cross if you wish to go. Now a young boy, out of the most happiest group, out of the most merriment group, he comes, stands next to the lady, stops out there and whispers low in a soft-spoken voice, sweet voice, and tells her, ask her if she is wishing to cross the road. The young boy will help her to cross the road. Her aged hand on his strong young arms she placed, and so without hurt or harm, he guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own was young and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his heart happy and well content. Obviously, the boy helped the lady cross the road. He became much more happier than the other children on the road. He went back and told to the other boys that what he had done and why he was so well content, so merryful, much so happier than all the students, all the children who were going home, because he was double happy. One, he was let out of school, and secondly, he had done a good deed, a good will for a betterment for an old lady who was standing or stranded on the street to cross the road. She is somebody's mother. Boys, for all her aged and poor and slow, and sometimes, and someone sometime may lend a hand to my mother, you understand. Now the boy is speaking to the other boys in the group, telling that she is somebody's mother, Obviously, someday when I am not near my own parents, I am not near my own mother or father, I also have a time that sometime will help my mother when I am not near my own parents. Somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and the prayer she said was, God be kind to that noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. Now the lady, obviously everybody prays at night before going to bed. Same way, here the lady is praying before going to bed. She kneels down at her bed and prays to God, and she asks, what type of prayer does she ask? God be kind to the noble boy. Who's the noble boy? The child who had helped her cross the road. Who is somebody's son. Obviously, the boy is somebody's son, somebody's pride, somebody's honor, somebody's respect, and obviously give him all the happiness of life. So Mary O'Brien has explained the love of a mother towards a child and the love of a child towards a mother. Remember, what you do will come back to you, and in that case, do good, you get good, do omens, do evil things, and it will come back to you again in an oval or evilful manner. So do always good and do everything in a proper, perfect manner, so that you are benefited in every walk and talk of life. Any doubt, any queries, any problems, please talk to me, chat with me on WhatsApp or Telegram, or yet you can, and remember, you have to talk to me on my personal WhatsApp number, not in the group. Thank you. Jazakallah.